acting like a scared beached whale flailing. No, the Epstein list not real. It doesn't exist. It was fake. It was created by Obama, even though I had control of it for 4 years, and it wasn't created by Obama then, but it is now. And just forget about it. Stop talking about it. I don't want your support. Leave me alone. Shut up. Go away. Thank you, Donald Trump, for confirming all the suspicions I had that my country was full of shit, and everything, all of the freaking obstacles set in front of me are there for a purpose, to keep me down. Thank you for confirming that, because they really thought that you were going to come do some real good for the country, that you were different. You were one of those billionaires, Donald Trump, not a part of this disgusting satanic cabal. People really believe that. People prayed for you. People had whole Sunday services just praying and blessing the Trump administration to do right by us. Why did he? I don't understand why there was such an aggressive dismissal of the conversation, and why a desire for you to do what you said you were going to do is cause for you not wanting our support anymore. Like, where does that even come from? Why is it like it's like vitriolic now at this point?
Right. I mean, I think it's a mix of both financial and like sexual blackmail. Like how did Epstein...
Sometimes sexual blackmail of, say, bank executives.
How no one has been able to answer to this day how Epstein made his fortune. He was a high school teacher,
Teaching
scooped
math
up.
pays billions.
Hired at Dalton by Barr's father, who was in the OSS, which is the forerunner to the CIA.
And
I know that he was at a major financial institution, and he was like money laundering like hundreds of millions of dollars, and nobody at the company ever said anything, and everyone was told to be quiet. Why and by who?
I think I said Conrad Black. I'm sorry, I meant Leon Black, not Conrad Black.
Went on to kind of skyrocket to be the financial manager for the Victoria's Secret CEO, Les Wexner, who did have some pretty deep ties to Israel, and became somehow a multi-billionaire overnight. And
if you are in the business of sex trafficking, I think being ahead of Victoria's Secret's a pretty good way to start. I feel like that would be pretty effective means to your sick end.
All of these connections to powerful people as well. So the problem is that the right, well, we can talk about this, but yeah. We'll talk about this later.
We'll get into it in the
they have no systemic critique except Jewish cabal. But there is a systemic critique here.
All right, let's go over this MAGA saga, as it were,
MAGA saga.
Donald Trump over the weekend.
That's cringe.
We didn't get to this yesterday, but he wanted to let people know, like, what's going on with my gals and my guys. They're so uptight about this. I mean, I'm sorry.
What's going on with my
gals?
And in some cases, gals.
This is, you know how, like, what is it?
So,
like,
that's such an Ermy way to type.
It was the best of times, it was the worst of times. Like, the best, like, first lines in literary history. This is up there. What's going on with my boys, and in some cases, gals.
Like Laura Loomer. Laura.
Why did he put him in quotation marks?
Bondi, who's doing a fantastic job
of covering up the Epstein files.
We're on Team MAGA. Incidentally, we're on We're on one team, MAGA. I don't know if he did this because he actually got the apostrophes correct. And I don't like what's happening. We have a perfect administration, the talk of the world. And selfish people are trying to hurt it. All over a guy who never dies. Despite the fact that I had him.
And don't look up when he died and under which administration.
A guy who never dies is like how a Bond villain would talk about James Bond after he escaped from another, like, death trap.
Jeffrey Epstein. For years, it's Epstein.
That's how you talk about freaking Indiana Jones or something. What in the world?
Why are we giving publicity to files and capitals written by Obama, crooked Hillary, Comey, Brennan, and the losers and criminals of the Biden administration who calmed the world with Russia, Russia, Russia.
If you were the president after Obama left, Donald Trump, and you had control over all this information. It wasn't fake then. Why is it fake now? Is it because you didn't care to inquire about what they consisted in? No, that was your boy, bro.
51 intelligence agents, the laptop from hell, and more. They created the Epstein files, just like they created the fake Hillary Clinton, Christopher Steele dossier that they used on me. Talk about things that have been talked about over and over again. And now my so-called friends are playing right into their hands. Why didn't these radical left loot?
No, it's that we're not playing right into your hands of not wanting to be transparent about this stuff. Anybody with a brain can identify that this stuff is weird. Why are you so... Now that people are really clamoring for it, because you hyped this up so much, why are you trying to shut it down instead of apologizing? If all of this stuff is actually fake and you didn't have any real information, why didn't Dan Bongino, Kash Patel, Pam Bondi hold a big press conference and apologize to everyone and say, hey guys, we thought we had something when we didn't. We're hyping this up. The only information we have to go off of leads us to the same conclusion that was previously stated. If that was true, but now you're just scrambling and saying that actually no, it wasn't real in the first place, even though I already had control over this information for 4 years. It was all created by Obama and Hillary and Russia, and still dossier people, and it's just another Democratic ploy to distract us from how incredibly amazing and wonderful and awesome I am and everything I've done for the country that's so great. Bro, we're not stupid. We're not stupid because there's a way that you would go about this if it was authentic and if it was real. And if you had any integrity. And a very integral way to go about this would literally be, I'm sorry, we jumped the gun, we thought we had a case, we didn't have a case, this is what we actually have, release the information. But no, you don't want to release anything, you're withholding it, then you're making fun of people and saying you don't want their support anymore because we're questioning things that don't make any sense at all. That's weird, man. That's weird. I don't like that at all. Oh, man.
It's released the
So
Epstein files. If there was
bro.
anything that could have hurt the MAGA movement, why didn't they use it? They haven't
think,
even given up on the John
what's
F.
up,
Kennedy
Jay?
or Martin Luther King Jr. files.
Just to answer that question, you can cut back, Brian. The reason that they didn't is because they're also complicit. Christine Pelosi herself tweeted out, and the tweet is still up, when Epstein was arrested. Some of our faves may be implicated. We need to follow justice where it goes. She wasn't saying that for her health. Okay.
No, but you know who is really just the Machiavellian person pulling the strings behind the scenes? I mean, that Hillary Clinton, she got back at her husband Bill, who cheated on her with Monica Lewinsky, in the most just like long game way by writing the Epstein files so that he would be directly implicated in the pedophile ring.
Did she write the part where her daughter had Ghislaine Maxwell at her wedding?
I mean, but that's how you plant the seeds, because
Sneaky.
she
That's
was
to throw
playing the
people off
long
the track.
game.
Bill,
This is-
people off the trail, Matt. I can't believe you fell for that.
Bill had to get.
Gosh. Like, there's no way, if they were being honest about not having a case on these people, that they wouldn't come out and apologize and say, hey, we thought we had a case when we didn't. This is the information that we have. It's led us to the same conclusion. We hyped this up, and honestly, we made a mistake, and the information was tampered with in the previous administration. So we don't have enough to hold anyone accountable. But no, man. They didn't do that. They panicked like just freaking retards. And as soon as everybody started really clamoring, hey, we want this information, they just, actually, it's not real. And even though I already had control over this information for 4 years, actually, Obama did it, and Clinton did it. And yeah, I didn't know that it was tampered with then, but I know it's tampered with now. So it's just all hoaxes, fake, not real. No, something is in there. Somebody discovered something that Trump either forgot about, or that somebody that donated to his campaign was involved in. This isn't This is not authentic. In any way, shape, or form is this authentic.
His comeuppance eventually for humiliating her like that. I mean, she should be calling on the release of the files that she wrote for that very reason.
Feels like maybe you fell into that trap, Matt.
Were the Democrats, like, was it this filled with a cabal of liberal degenerates, or was it written by Obama and Hillary Clinton, and then there's been nothing in them altogether? And why, if there's no list, no client list, then why is Ghislaine Maxwell
Just
in
follow
jail
the money.
or in prison? The charges against her were about basically facilitating the abuse.
All you have to do is reverse engineer where the money was traced from. Bring Doge back in. Have Doge figure out where all of this money was being sent to, where it was being withdrawn from, whose pockets it ended up in, and you'll find everybody complicit.
Use of these girls with the list that she had. So free her. There's no client list. It's forged. It's written by the Democrats.
Well,
then
there's not necessarily a client list to know that they have been trafficked. I mean,
no, but that's what was alleged in. No, that's what the evidence was presented in the Maxwell trial.
That there was a client list?
Yes.
Well, I didn't follow it that much, I have to admit. But apparently, Donald Trump's commenters did. Let's look at how Donald Trump's commenters on Truth Social responded to the.
Is the background music
sure it says
loud, by the way?
Maxwell.
Yes. I want to hear what she has to say.
Or how about what's up with my boys? And in some instances, my gals.
Whoever wrote that. Okay, cool.
These are the replies.
Whoever
here.
wrote that tweet needs fired, brother.
So here's the first tweet.
Christopher Steele dossier.
Lose the music.
I like how dramatic
God.
it is.
So corny, bro.
It's like scores
This
for
is such
idiots.
a fake.
Here's how you're supposed to. Let's go.
Okay.
Here.
Here's Chrissy367. We want the elite
know who
pedos
you are,
exposed.
bro.
Oh wait, can you slow? We want the
I don't know about
we want the elite pedos exposed. You promised us that. Pam promised us that. Cash promised us. Now it's our fault that we want that promise fulfilled. What else has she lied to us about?
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
And you know what? Oh my gosh! What makes me so upset about the Trump dick munchers in my comments in the DM me? I have to stop reading comments. I gotta stop. It's not good for my health because I want to argue with niggas too much and it's just a waste of time. But they say dumb shit like, why are you so hard focused on this? We have bigger stuff to worry about. And what if it even does come out? What are you gonna do? Absolutely nothing. What a retarded argument. What the hell was I gonna do anyways? I'm a private citizen. The people that I voted for promised me that they were gonna hold these people accountable. I'm expecting them to keep their promise because I had faith in Donald Trump and his administration. What do you mean? What are you gonna do? What a dumb. Are you retarded? What a stupid thing to say. What a retarded thing to say. I voted for who I thought was going to hold people to justice in the Department of Justice. That was the point when I sent ex-girlfriends full dissertations about why I'm a Trump supporter and campaign for this man. It was really trying to spread the good word and put my reputation out on social media and build a public platform largely surrounding my support of him. And then as soon as I want you to really keep it 100 and do what you said you were going to do, it's not even so much about like, I care so much about just the Epstein information in particular. What I really, really care about is knowing that me as a private citizen is just as accountable to the law as somebody with $1 billion is. I want to know that I'm not in a rigged system. I want the confidence and peace of mind that everybody is going to be held to the same standard. Not if you are rich enough or if you have enough power and influence, you can fornicate with people under the age of 13 years old and then get away with it and then profit off of it and then hold blackmail information over other people that have done the same thing and then have freaking videos and pictures of them, literal evidence of people that should either get the death penalty or rot in prison forever, there's somehow an absence of justice. There's an absence of accountability. That just proves that we live in a rigged system. And you dumbass niggas go on the internet and see somebody that is like, I don't want to live in a rigged system. That's bullshit. And then you're like, shut up. We have bigger things to worry about than knowing that just because you have $1 billion, you can rape little girls. What? You're really okay with that? You're okay with knowing that the president of the United States that we put all this faith in, that we put all this trust in, is just completely and utterly dismissing everything when he was... Hold on. Let me go to the... Where the video at?
Personality.
This is weird. Why is he judging 14-year-old girls, bro?
Designed to help our judges discover what makes each one special.
Thank you very much, Amy.
The concentration was intense inside the judging room.
I don't like you as you are.
And out.
I'm just so excited.
Each
Like-
girl was considered not only for her beauty and poise, but also for her personality. 58 contestants participated.
Bro, like, there's no way you're gonna tell me that there's not perverted proclivities involved with this, bro. That's weird. And I like Trump too, but Trump is also not doing things that I think is making America great, that make no sense. Why haven't all sanctuary cities been completely defunded? Force them into capitulation. Why are you just letting Gavin Newsom act with impunity and do what he wants to continue ruining California? He has violated federal law on like 7 different occasions, and so has Karen Bass. They're giving money to illegal aliens right now that are afraid of going to work because they don't want to get caught. And they're doing rent freezes for them. This is in violation of federal law. Gavin Newsom already went in defiance again of federal law, saying that I don't care what the federal government says regarding men and women's sports. We're going to allow it anyways. Arrest him! Why is this nigga not in jail? It doesn't make any sense. Why is Karen Bass allowed to give illegal aliens rent freezes and free money and then literally house them and protect them and give them outs from the federal government? Arrest this bitch! Why is he just letting them do it? And then you want to get in my comment section and tell me that I'm going too hard and that I'm creating panic and I'm jumping the gun and I'm just some immature kid. Suck my dick. How about look at what he said he was going to do? I'm going to drain the swamp. You know what drain the swamp means? Drain the swamp means I'm going to get rid of the corruption. I'm not going to put a band-aid over the corruption. Get rid of it from the source. Arrest these people. Hold them accountable. Do what you said you're going to do. Figure out where don't just find all these missing children. Find who was responsible for them becoming missing in the first place. Follow the money trail. Nobody's been arrested for this shit yet. Why has nobody been arrested for it? It doesn't make any sense. So yeah, when I put my reputation out on the line and I put my heart, my emotions into really trying to campaign for you and have people understand that you are a good person, that you are doing things in the best interest of America, that you do want to truly hold people to justice who are going against federal law, that are facilitating illegal aliens, that are disenfranchising American citizens. And you don't do that. I'm mad now. Because now I look retarded. I look like I'm full of shit. I look like I didn't know what I was talking about. You're making me look stupid. And then you say you don't want our support anymore because we want to know why you're hiding this? Why you're acting like a scared beached whale flailing? No! The Epstein list not real. It doesn't exist. It was fake. It was created by Obama, even though I had control of it for 4 years, and it wasn't created by Obama then, but it is now. And just forget about it. Stop talking about it. I don't want your support. Leave me alone. Shut up. Go away. And I'm a stupid Republican for that. When 3 people that you appointed to hold people accountable, bring people to justice, and drain the swamp, all said we're going to do exactly that. And now 7 months later, damn near. No, yeah, 7 months later. It's forget about it. It's not real. It doesn't exist. Yeah, okay. So the world is really ran by a giant pedophile ring, and everybody with all this power and billions of dollars actually is above the law, and they just exist in a different stratosphere universe, and everything actually is rigged, and everything is nepotism, and my country actually is benefiting off of disenfranchising me and making it harder for me and making me stay this fucking wage slave and hate my life. Thank you, Donald Trump, for confirming all the suspicions I had that my country was full of shit and everything, all of the freaking obstacles set in front of me are there for a purpose, to keep me down. Thank you for confirming that. Man. It makes me like, oh my gosh, bro. That shit pisses me off to the maximum. How dare you? How dare you? You know how many people lost their jobs? You know how many people have sacrificed their relationship with their family members because of their support for you? You know how many people have been in prison in January 6th that were set up because MAGA? Because they really thought that you were going to come do some real good for the country. That you were different. You were one of those billionaires, Donald Trump. You were one of those billionaires that was not a part of this disgusting satanic cabal. People really believe that. People prayed for you. People had whole Sunday services just praying and blessing the Trump administration to do right by us. And now we're stupid Republicans and you don't want our support anymore. Okay, then don't have it. Then don't have it then. Get absolutely stomped in the midterms and let the Democrats just continue to ruin the country. Is that what you want? Really? So you're just continuing to operate within the system. You're not going against the system. You're a liar. You lied to everybody and you conned us. You took our faith in you deliberately for granted and just threw it in our face and just shit on everybody. And this is why my only faith for now on is in God. I could care less what he does for the rest of his term. He just confirmed that everything that I thought about the global elite is real. Thank you, bro. Thank you. So I only trust Jesus. Whatever, like, if you do good stuff, I'll talk about it. But as far as having any trust in you or faith in you that you're any different and you're not just kikiing with all the same people and Bill Gates behind the scenes, don't care, bro. Don't care. It's very unfortunate.
This is going to cost you so many supporters.